Hey everybody, Always Dizzy here, also known as Tyler Cruz. Wait, that should go the other way around, right? Tyler Cruz here, also known as Always Dizzy. Um, as the thumbnail and the title of this video will say, I registered to another chess tournament. It's been a while since I last played in one. The last one was in Easter about 6 months ago. Yeah, pretty much 6 months ago exactly. The past few tournaments I went to were not great for me. I think I got a little bit unlucky. Um, I know some people don't like to use, those words or attribute luck when it comes to chess, but some of my pairings and just circumstances just didn't work out too well for me. In any case, the past 2 or 3 tournaments I went to were not stellar for me, and I dropped a fair bit of rating. And I didn't want to attend another tournament until I proved to myself that I have been improving. And any regular viewer of my channel should notice that between now and my previous tournament, I've set a number of new personal rating highs. I didn't count. I should count them. Unfortunately, I can't pause this recording the way I'm recording this. But if I had to guess, I think I set maybe 4 or 5 new personal bests, but between then and now. And so that proves to me, or at least it justifies to me, it might not prove it, but it justifies that I can probably give another tournament a try again. I know that most of you really enjoy my tournament series. So yeah, you can look forward to probably an additional 7 videos or so after this one, depending on how much B-roll and side content apart from the game recaps I end up having. I played in this tournament several times before. I forget exactly how many. It might have been maybe three times before, possibly 4. In any case, I thought I would start by showing where it is. So for those of you that are relatively new to my channel, I am based in Canada, specifically in the province of British Columbia. Is that not showing on the screen? There we go. Which is, if you're not familiar with Canada, it's the province on the west coast here above Washington in the US. And so if we zoom in, I actually live on this island here, Vancouver Island, which is, again, I mean, it's all relative, right? But you could say it's relatively close to Seattle. I say relatively because to get from where I am to Seattle, it's probably 5 hours. But I'm just going to zoom in some more. So I live in this city called Nanaimo, and most of the tournaments are on the mainland in Vancouver area. But this one is in Victoria, which I prefer because I don't have to take the ferry, and it's a little bit easier to travel to. But it's still about close to a 2-hour drive. Actually, this one should be easily 2 hours because it's actually not in Victoria. Well, it kind of is, but it's up in an area called Saanich, I believe. And so I've been to a lot of tournaments in Victoria before, maybe I don't know, 8, maybe even more than 8. And so a lot of them were in this very nice area on the waterfront. In fact, my previous tournament, the Grand Pacific Open, was held in the Grand Pacific Hotel, which was right on the waterfront. Also, I think the first tournament after the pandemic kind of opened up again. That's poorly worded, but it's just on the other side of I don't know if you can call this a bay. I don't know what you call this, but on the other side of the water here. And then there were some other tournaments around here, and also up in Sydney with an I. There I went to one tournament there, maybe twice. I forget if I went there twice. I think I just went there once. Yeah. And anyways, this is in a new location. They keep changing locations. But yeah, this one is in, I'm trying to find it now. I don't think it's this far north. Oh yeah, it's here. So it is, if I zoom out, I know you guys don't care too much, but it's right here. So kind of, it's north of Victoria. And I was very lucky because I booked an Airbnb that is right smack. I'll show you where it is without going too detailed here. But it's basically right beside the venue. We're talking like a 1 minute walk, 1 or 2 minute walk. So that's perfect. There's also food close by, which we'll look at in a second. I didn't stay in the hotel this time. When I travel to tournaments, it's about 50-50 when I go to a hotel or a Airbnb. On the mainland, usually I don't go to an Airbnb because they're not really much cheaper than a hotel. And so it's just more comfortable to use a hotel. But here, there's only one hotel close by, and it's $250 a night. So some of you ask why I don't play in more tournaments. This is why, because it costs, and it's prohibitively expensive. But the Airbnb I found is really cheap after expenses like cleaning fee and everything. It's about $100 a night compared to $250 a night for the hotel, and it's yeah. So yeah, I don't know if we can actually look at the venue. I don't know if there's. I don't think there's a good Google Street View. So again, I haven't been here before, but it's a community center, which I don't know. I'm a bit. Hotels, I generally hotels are nicer to play in because they have the ballrooms, which are built to have a lot of people, so the bathrooms tend to be bigger. Community centers, I don't know, they probably have decent sized bathrooms, but yeah. So yeah, that's the venue, and I did look yesterday or the day before. I hate how Google Maps doesn't go back to my original location when I hit back. I hate that. Sorry. So there is a bunch of food close by. It's about a 10-minute walk one way, which is close, but when you're in a tournament, that can sometimes be a bit of a problem because if you have a long game in one round, you might only have 20 minutes to go eat. Usually that's not the case, but it does happen sometimes. Yeah, so this is the venue, and then within about a 10-minute walk, there's a lot of food. Most of it, I mean, there's a good range, good variety. There's a couple Mexican places, a couple pizza places, but I don't think I've ever eaten pizza at a tournament, and I never will. It's too heavy. There's a Poke Fresh place, so I will most likely go to that for at least one meal. Although it's so freaking expensive, poke bowls, and not sure where else I'll eat. I think there's a ramen place, but I'm watching my salt. I didn't notice a convenience store or grocery store, but there must be one close by. Just, you can save some money. I could bring food too because I am driving there. And my Airbnb has a fridge, but we'll see. Maybe I'll bring some food, try to save a couple bucks. Okay, there is a grocery store, but it's not close by. It's a little bit of a walk, or I guess I could drive there. I didn't know that they had Country Grocer there. Sorry, I'm just seeing how far that is. Oh, that's okay. That's a 15-minute walk. Okay. Yeah. So I'll probably get like a couple sandwiches and like snacks and like a salad or fruit bowl or something. I try to be somewhat healthy, like moderately healthy when I go to tournament, but it usually doesn't end up that way. Um, but I've got a lot of health issues lately, so I do have to be careful what I'm eating, especially when I'm not at home. Okay, so that's the tournament. It's a 3-day tournament. The first round is at 5 p.m. on the first day. So I could have saved money by taking a bye the first round and then just going on the morning of the next day. That would have saved me $100, possibly more because of the less food. So it hurts to think about that because essentially I'm paying $100 to play one game of chess, and I'm doing it for you. Actually, that's not quite untrue because part of my decision of going to the tournament was that it would provide content for my channel. But $100 for one round, oh, why am I doing that? Part of the thing is it's a 5-round tournament. So if I took a bye the first round, then that's 4 rounds, right? And it's possible I could get a bye. It's unlikely, but if I got a bye, then I'd have only playing 3 rounds. So especially in a 5-round tournament, I want to play all 5 rounds. I don't want to play 4 rounds. But $100, okay. Enough blabbering on about that. Here's the tournament information. So it's the 2024 Jack Taylor Memorial. This is both CFC and FIDE rated, and I've been peak sitting on my FIDE rating for a while. It's one of the reasons I didn't play in tournaments for a while because I wanted to enjoy my healthy 1830 FIDE rating. I'll be the first person to admit that I'm most likely overrated FIDE wise. So it's just kind of just trying to enjoy that FIDE rating as long as possible. But it's time to let it go. It is provisional. It's provisional. Like I have 5 rated games, so it's an official FIDE rating, but it's not. I didn't play enough games for it to be accurate yet. So I'm positive that will drop. My goal is to mitigate how much it drops. So hopefully it doesn't drop by like 100 points or more. If it drops by like 50 points or 70 points, that's okay. But yeah, hopefully it doesn't drop too much. And then I would like my CFC rating to climb because I don't know. I feel I might be slightly underrated CFC wise, but who doesn't think that, right? Yeah, so 5 rounds. It's 90 plus 30, which is standard here. 2 sections, Premier and under 1300. The prize distribution is terrible. I'm always whining about that, just because it's just I would only be eligible for the under 1700 section, and it's just weird to me that like why is the under 1500 section getting as much as the stronger players? And the under 1300 section, yes, it's not a class prize, but to me, it's silly. Like second place in the under 1300 section gets as much as first place in the under 1700 section. So someone much weaker is getting paid. It wins the same amount as somebody much stronger. I've never personally. I don't agree with that. And even the under 900 section gets as much as someone in the under 1700 for class prize. So that's just weird to me. Am I the only one that finds that odd? Am I the only one? Because everyone I talk to in person, they like this. They think it's good, but I don't think it's good. I know that the lower sections should get some prizes because it incentivizes players to register, but I don't think they should be getting as much or more than much stronger players. That's weird to me. And like even this, like the second place is 400 in the open section, right? In the premier section. There is so far there's one international master in the tournament and there's like maybe 4 national masters. So the international master, if he plays his second, he's only going to win as much as someone who wins the under 1300 section. So like a 1200 rated player. How does that make sense? Does that make sense to you? So an IM will win the same amount as a like a 1200. Come on. I'm fine with the unrated section and women's section because that does incentivize more players to participate in the tournaments. But the weaker sections, why are they getting as much or more than higher? Okay, sorry, it's a rant, but yeah, okay. And then just to show you the registration list here. So I managed to sign up because I registered on Wednesday, and there were something like 62 or 63 people when I registered, and this one is cut off at 70. So I was lucky to get in time because there's currently 66, and so only 4 more people can register. So this is the premier section. As I said, there's an IM, 2 NM. Oh no, there's 3 NMs. Zachary's an NM. I'm pretty sure. Let's see. I'm pretty sure he hit 2200. Yeah, he's an NM. I don't think you need norms for NM. You might though. You might. There might be a performance norm. But yeah, he was over 2200. I played him in a tournament before. I had a better position, but then I lost. I drew Roger before, but that was an online tournament with a fast time control during COVID, so it doesn't really mean much. Drew Jason, didn't play these other guys. Yeah, so here I am down here with the pathetic 1533. It's kind of funny that there's another Tyler who's rated also 1533. So, yeah, identity crisis there. And then there's some 1400s, 1300s, and hopefully they don't allow this 800 to play in this section. The rules say he should not be allowed, and hopefully they don't let him, because nothing would piss me off more than having to play him because there's zero upside. It's just a waste of time and money, because if I win, I get 0 points, or there might be some rule where you get like 1 point. You have to get at least 1 point. But yeah, if I beat him, I get no points. But if I draw or lose, I lose a crap load of points. There's nothing gained by playing this person. Yeah. And even like if I play like an 1196, I might gain like 3 points or something. But if I lose a lot of points. So these are CFC ratings. So like everyone is tough. Like the 1300s are all 2000 and higher online, right? And then the 1400s and 1500s like are probably like 2100, 2200 online. So it's tough. Then there's the under 1300 section. Played a lot of these people. Well, sorry, played some of these people in the past. Victor is a viewer of my channel. So hello, Victor, if you are watching this. I think you will pop in and see it. Yeah, and then there's a handful of unrateds, and there always is in every tournament. Yeah, so by the time I post this video, it will be well, I leave for the tournament on Friday the 25th, I believe. So by the time I post this video, it'll be about a week or 6 or 7 days away from when I go to the tournament. And then I don't post videos while I'm at the tournament because I like to go home and edit them. But when I come back, I'll have the series of videos ready to go. As I say, I'll take some footage from around the venue and inside. And of course, the meat and potatoes of the content will be the post-game recaps, where I go into the games in detail. So yeah, wish me luck. My first tournament in half a year. Hopefully some of my recent online personal bests will translate to over the board. Okay, I'll leave it there. Thanks for watching. See you next time.